I just don't hold hands, mate. Because that's this.
You had your f***ing tongue down L, Brie.
I didn't hold the hand, though, did I?
Fair enough.
Coming up on the Below Deck Med after show.
Yeah. So dating for me is like up there, and I'm not ready.
I just wanted to get to know him.
Well, unfortunately, I don't want to get to know her, you know.
I apologise as well for ever hurting your feelings.
You could see that Ellie would look at Brie and be like, I'm taller, I'm blonder, I'm slimmer. How could Joe possibly want you over all of this?
It's a villain origin story.
Yes.
Squad.
You told me, by the way, we more than kissed.
Brie was saying that something did happen between them. I've asked Joe about it.
Would it be possible if I could bring Gael out to do a wee activity?
This will be really for my ex to watch.
Is he watching it?
The Below Deck Med after show starts right now.
I definitely felt united in Brie. We had a common enemy. Joe.
I think he likes chasing. He's like a flea. Thank you for saying that. I apologise as well for ever hurting your feelings. It wasn't my intention.
I feel like we would have been friends if Joe wasn't involved, maybe.
For sure, 100%.
Maybe, but then there could have been another boy, and then it could have been worse. Who knows?
I don't know how much worse it could have been.
You give zero about me.
You're pushing me, so you're asking for it. Please just go.
I'm not asking for anything. You don't get to speak to me like this.
Seconds you outranks you.
Ellie, just be quiet. It could have been worse.
Yeah, okay.
I went from kind of taking Brie under my wing and trying to help her improve at her job to her going on a campaign against me because I called her out over the Joe situation, to things just spiraling at work and just building up to the point where we nearly got fired over it. Then to realizing that it actually was Joe who was the catalyst of all this drama between us because he was playing both sides, and to having compassion for what she was experiencing, having Joe rub me in her face. So we came full circle.
You could see that Ellie would look at Brie and be like, I'm taller, I'm blonder, I'm slimmer. How could Joe possibly want you over all of this?
Yeah.
And it drove her mad. So then it went from being a power struggle to a power struggle plus what the is going on. I'm supposed to be winning in this. And then the confusion made her crazy and even more evil.
It's a villain origin story.
Yes, exactly.
Never trust anyone who travels with a Playboy costume.
Keeps coming back to that. Yes.
For me, like, it wasn't even about Joe that much because, yeah, I was attracted to him, but I wasn't, like, in love with him, you know? It was more, like, hurtful to feel disrespected or not valued by Brie because I actually cared about her. My goal for Brie was to make her freaking laundry master by Charter 4. I had so many more little tips and tricks I could have taught her. I wanted her to succeed, almost like my little sister at that point. You know, she cared more about herself and what she was doing with Joe and whatnot, but, like, our relationship was not important. So I kind of felt like discarded by her, and that's what hurt me.
But you know what, I must say, I was actually disappointed in both of them because I think if you as a professional working adult cannot continue your job because you and your co-worker are both interested in the same guy, grow up.
And also, if you want to win the guy, act like you don't like him.
Yeah.
If you want to win it all, care less.
Who have you had that have fought with each other?
Well, Jen and Brie.
Another Brie.
Jen and Brie fought, but it's kind of like, it wasn't as competitive as what you're dealing with because this is like a full-on war.
They both just see red, and it's like fight. It's like fight to the death.
Yeah. If you are attracted to someone, you don't want somebody else flirting with your person.
Yeah.
And so to also work with that person, like there was no way you're gonna win here.
No, they were both so determined to be the winner of that man prize.
I'm Team Brie.
Yeah, you know what? I'm Team Brie too because I think Ellie is too used to getting her way.
Yep.
I went to the bathroom and then Joe happened to be the one standing outside when I opened the door. And I low-key didn't want the cameras to see us, so I was like, come. Thinking that the cameras weren't there, but they're everywhere all the time.
Squad.
I only wanted a wee. Ended up getting slightly more than a wee.
So, like, what happened? Sorry, I just want to know the details of this
I don't know,
bathroom.
we're talking I don't know, like, you know when you look deeply into someone's eyes? I feel like that moment just happened with us.
She goes like, I don't know, she looks at me and she does like this movement and I'm just following. I'm like, oh, I'm in. And then I'm just drawn in. And then that's it, the door shuts.
So that happened right after Ellie and I had like an apology conversation.
Ooh. But I'm sorry about the whole Joe thing.
Yeah. Honestly, to really hurt my feelings today.
He's playing with both of us.
Amazing.
And then my guilt was boiling up a little bit because I was like, what the f am I doing? And I think at like a point when Joe and I were kissing, I was like, this needs to stop.
And I said no.
I'm having this. For if you can't be a man, I will be.
Yeah, go.
Get on.
I still didn't go for the toilet, put it that way, so I'm the one that lost. Oh my God, I'm a dirty boy.
You told me after we wrapped, you're like, by the way, we more than kissed.
Was I?
You were sober as fuck. You said you had sex.
No, when?
You tell me, when did you have sex with Joe?
I don't know, you tell me when I told you. It's just kissing, no.
I mean, listen, what can I say? What can I say? In the jacuzzi, it may have escalated a tiny bit. Hands do flow. We had a kiss. You know, hands were flowing and whatever, but nothing happened after that.
Bree was saying that something did happen between them, something more than just making out, according to her. I'm not sure what that is per se. I've asked Joe about it. He denied it fully. And he said that they went down to like some cabin or something like that. And they were kind of making out pretty heavily, but at no point was there any sort of sexual activity involved.
Listen, I'm a virgin. I'm God's angel. Listen, I'm
You're the one
I'm not
dressed-
wearing black today, but
You're dressed in black here, I'm dressed in white.
I'm a virgin, mate. Look at me.
Should we swap clothes?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Ah, but you're an angel, you knew we're white.
Oh, yeah, go on. It was a roller coaster of emotions with Brie, in my respect. You know, it was up and down, you know. Like, if I say something that's going to offend her, then I've got to, like, ease my way in, a bit like Gail, I suppose. But, like, I respect this woman now. I really do. At the beginning, we had a rough ride, you know. It was rough, because I know what I want, and she...
A rough ride?
Well, yeah.
How rough was the ride?
Very rough. But yeah, I'm a virgin.
Is Scott really going to take your last name?
That's the plan.
Seriously.
Because how funny is that?
So funny.
Your last name is Scott?
Yeah.
And your boyfriend's name is Scott?
Yeah, when we get married, we're taking my name. Like, it'd be so funny to be Scott.
What's his last name?
Dobson.
Oh,
He
yeah.
calls himself-
He should take your last name. For sure.
And
then you have a baby named Scott.
And that's how he...
Scott.
But that's how he
Scotty
feels.
Junior
Like,
Scott,
he doesn't
Scott.
love it. He's never liked his last name.
Yeah, Scott's
he
great.
thinks it's like a boring kind of name. I don't actually think it's that boring, but he's never loved the name. And we're like, when else in life are you going to get the chance to be your first name twice? It's so funny.
It's so unique and rare.
Yes.
You have got to take
You
this.
have to take that opportunity.
This is so exciting.
And
you get to keep your last name.
Well, that's the thing. I wouldn't have changed it anyway because, I don't know, I've always found it so bizarre, the woman just blindly taking the man's name, because that's who you are. Like, I am Aesha Scott. I don't want to get rid of that.
Well, it really depends on the last name, you know?
Well, and it depends, and I think it depends how fond you are.
Like,
and
yes,
how,
I will take that last name.
it depends how much you like it.
I like Scott better.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's more about what are the odds? Scott. You got to embrace it. And you got to name your kid Scott.
I don't quite know about that.
Sorry,
Maybe a little bit too far.
Okay.
But
hyphen it.
Yes.
Hyphen. Double barrel. Scott Dobson I like.
That's actually nice.
I'm glad we had this discussion.
And then my last name is my boyfriend's name.
Which
Aesha
is
Scott
romantic. No, your husband's name.
Yeah.
Which is romantic.
And then our
ASD.
kids can be Scott Junior, Scott Dobson.
Scott Dobson.
Scott Dobson.
What are the odds?
And then it's Scott.
What are the odds?
Scott. Yeah.
The fifth, Scott.
Just carry it on down, baby.
Generational guilt. Just keep on adding Scott.
Generational trauma. Exactly.
Fun.
Yeah, no, I'm into it.
Nathan, you asked Gail on a date.
I am scared. I won't even go up a ladder. Like, I am scared of heights. Why is going on a date? Rock climbing was a good idea. I know.
Wait, for
hate it.
Wait, watch me.
I don't like it.
Nathan. Just think of it as a boating chair. You got there. You were scared, but you got there.
Yeah, it was nice to get off the boat and like interact away from the boat in a different setting.
He knew I was in a tough place, and so he said to me, I think you just need to get off the boat.
You want to get off the boat tomorrow and do something? Just keep it cool. Yeah.
Like, for me, being in the water just fixes everything. And he knows I love diving. And he was like, why don't we ask if we can go for a dive somewhere? And then I think he kind of like maneuvered it into a date.
It was more or less have fun together and let's see where it can go. I mean, trying to say, oh, let's make a move to the next step in her situation, I think would have been totally unfair.
It was scary. Like, it was so scary because it was just like, oh, shit, like, I'm in too deep now, but this is a real thing. Like, is it bad that I'm kind of happy about it? Is it moving too fast?
Yeah, I didn't want her to like start overthinking things like, oh, is this moving too fast or like anything like that. So for me, it was just important that we got off the boat and had fun.
I don't like making things a big thing. Like, for me, like, if it's something personal, if it's something between you and me, I don't like getting everyone involved.
I love that he asked me for permission. It's kind of cute. Something going on there?
I'm enjoying their company and thought it'd be nice if we could get off the boat and have a little distraction.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
Because now the whole crew's involved. Now everyone knows. It's not just like a thing between him and I. But I didn't want to seem like, oh no, I don't want this now. Because then I'd be pulling a Joe.
I wanted to invite you on a little date tonight. How do you feel about that?
Let's do it. To be honest, I feel a lot of pressure. And I'm sure you can respect that. And I don't want a date, that's the thing.
Because I did want it. It was, I don't know, like...
It was just not ideally how you would have liked it to have happened, but...
I just get a bit, like, self-conscious. Of course, like, yes, I wanted to go, but internally...
But you were feeling guilty.
I was still just out of a relationship, and I'm like, wow, this is moving really fast. Like, this will be really for my ex to watch. Not that, like, I mean, it's already for him to watch so much of it, but I was like, wow, this is like, there's no coming back from this, you know?
Is he watching it?
I think so. He's reading articles. I had guilt, I had, you know, I was shy in a weird way, but it wasn't that I didn't want to go. But yeah, no, it was really fun, and I made him look like a little bitch at rock climbing.
Nice,
you gotta put that
that's
in.
my girl.
Oh, I hate it.
Wait, for real.
I hate it.
Wait, watch me.
I don't like it.
When we were coming down, one of the times, the guy that was like pulling us down stopped mid wall while I was swinging. My right testicles nearly came out my mouth. And he was talking and he wouldn't stop talking, and I was just swinging here saying, my Queen Jules, or my King Jules, my King Jules.
We had fun, but the thing is, I wasn't surprised that we had fun. Like, I was nervous, and I hate putting the word date in it, but at the end of the day, me and Nathan get along and we have a lot of fun together. It couldn't have gone bad.